What is going on? Welcome back. Third and 20 Dynasty Stock Market. My name is Frank Entel. So we've got the full freaking squad. Is it just me, or is this the first time we've had the full squad for the stock market in a while?
It's been a bit.
I think you're right.
But yeah, all right. Updated values are on the screen. None of us had really a particularly great week. Jake did have a week to forget, unfortunately for him.
Listen,
Jake, are
I
you
took
worried?
no.
You hear the footsteps.
No, I played it risky at the trade
nervous.
deadline. I took everyone I thought was going to get traded, and then none of them got traded. So I don't know what you want to do there. I also took George Pickens, and I really thought, Claypool got traded, he'd go up, and he went down 200 almost. So I don't get it. Here we are.
All right. Well, with that being said, I just want to pose the question to the crowd, right? Because we're at that halfway point about of the season. At least it feels like the halfway point, like this week. At least to me. I don't know about you guys. I feel like every single year there are a couple of those buys that you can get in Dynasty where a player's like second half of the schedule is just like pretty easy, right? When you're a contender, you're looking at that playoff schedule. Any of you guys have one of those dudes that you're looking at buying for like now and hold to the end of the season?
I haven't
Looking at like
taken the deep
playoff schedules.
dive.
Yeah, I haven't looked too. I mean, a guy that like not because of his schedule, but if he does come back, like might give you like immediate like high and wide receiver 2 production. Has still been Keenan Allen. He's someone that
if his hamstring ever heals, you see that apparently he might not play this week now because he took a step back.
I don't think he's gonna play this week.
What the fuck? Brian Robinson had a quicker recovery after getting shot.
I know.
Like, come on.
And also, they just announced that what's his face isn't coming back this year. Michael Thomas, he's done.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess on the contraire, Monfrere, any of those guys that you're just fading because I mean we see it every year. Kyler Murray last year. I mean, I feel like a lot of quarterbacks at the beginning half of last year where they're just kind of going crazy, and then second half of the season is kaputs.
It's a good question.
I've got one off the top of my head. I know for sure.
Would a hot take be
basically?
Lamar?
What would be?
I mean, I think his slow off has already happened, but I don't think it's massively priced in.
Not that like he's gonna like this isn't anything long term. This is more rest of season. I'm not saying he's gonna be trash, but like compared to like his normal absurd numbers, they just lost Bateman for the rest of the year. Hollywood. Duvernay's gonna be his number 1 receiver. J.K. Dobbins is out. So
Andrews is out, right?
I think Andrews injured. I'm not sure if he's out.
It looks like he's going to play.
Who do you have? You have a hobbled Andrews and Duvernay and Gus Edwards around him.
Yeah, you're really praying for rushing production.
Yeah.
I think the Lions, right? Specifically Amon-Ra St. Brown, because he's probably the highest priced Lion that's not DeAndre Swift. I think you were saying this on the Dynasty pod 2 days ago, Lunas, that Amon-Ra for you is a must sell. Yeah. I agree with that. I think that you look at the Lions in the beginning half of the season, they were in a lot of shootout type games where they were forced to air the ball. Amon-Ra is a good player. I'm not saying he's not, but I don't think that the Lions offense is going to have the production that they had in the beginning of the season, partly because I just think their defense has figured it out, some things out. They're not going to be historically the worst defense touch the fucking field.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm with you. I think with Amon-Ra also, like, I mean, the production I think he was having in the beginning of the season was unsustainable, and he got a small boost from Hawkinson going, and he's wide receiver 11 right behind T. Higgins. He's still really high. He's still ahead of guys like everyone on the rookie class outside of Olave he's ahead of. So he's ahead of guys like Garrett Wilson and Drake London. I don't think you're going to get this offer in any league, but if you can flip Amon-Ra for either of those two, I would even give like more with Amon-Ra to get either of those two. Yeah, I can see. And the Lions offense has been super up and down recently.
Yeah, I just think that TJ Hawkinson move, you saw it. The Lions know that they're not a good team. The record shows it. The statistics show it. And clearly they're looking at future years now, and I think that that's
1000%.
going to negatively impact Goff and his production. Outside of the fact that it was never sustainable to begin with, right? And Amon-Ra was easily the biggest beneficiary of anyone on the Lions offense. If you look at the keep trade cut prices, he's the guy that clearly went up the most. Where was he before the season? Mid-20s, if that.
Maybe.
And now he's up at top 10 wide receiver price. He's wide receiver 11 on keep trade cut. I imagine you could still trade him for that top 10 price. So
Not that pretty close to it. There's a lot of guys from 10 to 20 that I'd rather have than Amon-Ra.
should I drop add Cam Akers? Over
Do you
who?
want
Who are you
to?
dropping? That's the main question. I think I honestly I like Cam Akers. I liked him a lot as a prospect, but Lunas is right. It just looks like he's fucking cooked this year.
They
After
tried
what
trading.
like-
They tried trading
that's
him.
the problem.
No one would
He-
give anything for him.
I'm trying.
He went out and said, "I don't want to play for you guys," and no one traded for him. And the Rams aren't dropping him, so I don't understand how that equals carries.
And even if he is back in a starting role and getting like whatever touches the Rams would give their starting running back, the Rams are a shit show. I even think if he was starting, their O-line is not good enough to be able to like kind of help him at all. Even when he was playing, Henderson hasn't looked that good either. I don't think they score enough to where you're banking on like at least maybe I can get 40 yards and a touchdown every week. So like even if he was playing more, like how you would have hoped, I just think the O-line and the offense is too bad to the point it's not. And that's not even happening. I don't know what's going to happen with him if he's staying on the bench.
Taysom Hill or Tunyon at tight end? Would you rather? I'm assuming this is redraft.
Tunyon.
Yeah, I'd rather have Hill or Tunyon. I low key really like
I
Taysom
think-
Hill.
I think Taysom Hill has like the higher ceiling week to week, but like in terms of higher floor, it's easily Tunyon, and who I'd expect to be more consistent, it's Tunyon.
PPR, I might lean Tunyon a little bit. Then that's close between
Still,
Hill and Tunyon.
Yeah, Hill's like he'll give you like a 26-point week, but then the next 3 weeks it'll be like 2.6, 1.9, 3 point. Like it's
All right,
tough.
let's get into the stonks though. So we're gonna start off with the sells. Jake, are you just gonna keep riding Will Fuller? He's down to 120. You're the last guy with him.
We're riding to the end.
This is insane.
We're riding to the end.
This is insane.
At this
I'll
point,
highlight it on the screen. This
at
is
this,
Bro, Deshaun Jackson got signed before Will Fuller.
I think it's for the memes at this point. Like,
Yeah.
this is another
absolutely for the
120.
memes at this point.
Dude, if
I'm-
he gets signed, it's guaranteed stonks, though.
He's not.
you mean that I bought him at like 1100 and lost all of it?
What if he at least signs the 1-day contract, right? And he's like, I announce my retirement with the Texans. Does he go up in value?
I don't know.
He'll
Anyways,
make up like 10 of the 1,000 lost.
anyways, getting to the real sells. Kareem Hunt, sell him.
Okay.
That was a
Nico.
trade move, I'm assuming.
Yep, Nico Collins, get rid of him.
Wait, you thought Nico was going to get traded?
No, I thought Brandon Cooks was going to get
Brandon
traded.
Cooks.
Okay, yeah. I see what's going on here.
Wandale, get rid of him. I just had him
Oh,
before.
your
but-
whole Brian Robinson?
Oh, no. He's gone too.
Oh, okay.
No. But Will Fuller stays. Will Fuller stays,
Will
though.
Fuller stays.
Pickens stays. Watson stays. Brandon Cooks, see ya.
Yeah.
See ya.
Cam Makers, see ya.
Well, wait. Does Brandon Cooks get released though? That's that.
That's
No.
I was actually thinking about getting Brandon Cooks for that reason.
I think the problem is though is that if you're the Texans, you'd rather just have him sit out half the season. No, his contract's not up. Because
not
I'm pretty
up.
sure if you,
You can-
release
you
him,
can
then you
still-
don't get a comp pick.
You don't. and
Right. You don't.
yeah, no, it'd have to be a trade.
Yeah, so I agree actually. Like I'm not releasing him if I'm the Texans. I'm just gonna say like, dude, go fuck yourself. Like we'll trade you at the end of the year.
Yeah, pretty much. And Danny Dimes also going because the Giants are on bye, and that's that.
Okay.
So hold on. It was Wandale Robinson, Brian Robinson, Nico Collins, Cam Akers, Brandon Cooks, Kareem Hunt, and Daniel Jones.
Yes, sir. And I should have something's not working right.
I'm looking at 22042 in your bank.
I'm not is it going.
We didn't fix the sheet.
I could
Oh,
do
my
that. I
bad.
could do the fix real quick.
Sorry. Yep. I
You have
screwed it up.
22. You have 22,000, Jake. Don't worry about I'll fix it real quick.
It's only Jake's. You just have to hard code the team value, and then all the other ones are fine. So
It might be easier just to undo all the moves. I can do that. Hold on.
All right. Well, I do have your moves that you do have to do. So
There you
or
go.
that you said.
So then we gotta hard code that number. Quick coding lesson for you.
wait, you're
think it's so
selling
personal.
Wandale? Why are you selling Wandale? Just because the
He's on
Giants are
buy.
on bye?
Yeah,
No,
I'll
it's
pick
just
them up
next week.
before.
Oh, okay. So who's not allowed to be bought
Embargoed.
this week? Yeah.
I guess any player that was
Any
traded.
player
let's
who
just
got
embargo them to
traded.
make it easy.
Are you allowed to like certain players on teams
I don't
that
know.
like someone got traded?
Well, that would. I mean, basically, no players could be bought or sold. Essentially, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
most
not a
teams
good
had
way to do.
players get
not a
traded.
Good way to do it. Are there? The thing is like I would say like embargo Pickens. The guy went down. Like.
Yeah.
I would embargo Chris Olave with Michael Thomas news today.
Olave's already
I
wide
think-
receiver.
I mean,
Olave's
the thing is,
wide
Olave's
receiver
already a
eight.
top 5 wide
Yeah,
receiver.
you
Yeah,
could buy
He's
him.
already wide
Oh, he's
receiver eight.
wide
If you
receiver.
want,
He went
What about
down?
Devin Duvernay?
he's eight.
Yeah,
Duvernay, yeah.
Yeah, we can embargo Duvernay. Yeah,
Okay. I don't really care about any. I don't think others.
I'm not sure anyone else is really embargoed. Did any running backs
No.
get moved that wasn't James Robinson?
Naheem Hines. But
Sure.
he's,
It
Embargo
doesn't.
and
It doesn't do
but
anything.
he counts as someone you can't get. So I don't think it really frees anything up for anyone else.
Listen, if
Um,
you, I guess Naheem Hines don't buy because he went to the Bills, so that's.
Oh, yeah,
we're,
no,
we're
yeah,
doing,
I'm
we're
assuming
doing
he's
all
embargoed,
players
yeah.
traded that we're
I
not.
was gonna say if I can get Naheem Hines, that's an easy yes.
Oh yeah. So
Um,
let's just do all traded players then. Screw
Yeah.
the
Okay.
players in their team.
Yeah.
All traded
Yeah, that's
players
fine.
in Duvernay.
Yeah.
Works.
Duvernay's too good.
All right.
Um,
Who else are people selling?
Okay, I can do something.
All right, you can go, Linus.
I'm gonna sell Wandale Robinson.
We both are. I'm holding them.
If I want him, I'll get him back next week. I'm going to sell. Who did the Cowboys play this weekend?
The Cowboys are on bye.
Are they not on bye? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on
Yeah,
bye.
bye.
Okay, then I'll sell CD and Gallup. I'm bored. I'll do a full roster rehaul. I'll sell CD
Classic
and
Linus.
Gallup. Yeah, why not? Oh, should I do it? I can do it quick. Okay. And then CD. I will keep Hopkins. I'll sell Kenneth Walker. He's already RB1. We rode him to the moon. Okay. Don't want to sell anyone else. I want to sell one of Godwin or DJ Moore, but I don't know which one.
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore probably. Yeah. He's went up a ton. No, but I feel like Godwin can still go up more. Okay, so I'm gonna sell DJ Moore for now. Okay, so how much do I have? I have 23,000. Or yeah. So some of my buys this week will be one. I want to get Antonio Gibson.
Hold on, Lone. Let Frank and JT do some sells.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. My apologies. I'll wait.
All right, JT, you want to go?
Sure. I'm just already plugging in Linus behind Antonio Gibson. It's an interesting one. So sells are going to be. I'll do it on my own. We're looking at Cortland Sutton. You're gone. hasn't. I don't know. There's something off this with. And I'm not gonna blame Russell Wilson. I just something about Cortland.
He
Sutton
had
I
a
like.
shit game last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm selling DJ Moore. He did what he was supposed to do against the Falcons. Now the Panthers play the Bengals. I think he's a sit. I'm gonna start him, sit him. So
Man, you guys are just day trading DJ Moore out here.
He went up a ton. Like he was in the
Yeah.
30s, and we said that was absurd. Now he's back up to wide receiver 20.
yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
sell Keenan Allen because I mean this hamstring thing has got me worried. He's not gonna play this week. His value's just gonna go down. I could buy him back later if I want. So Keenan Allen, I'm out on. Van Jefferson, I'll keep. Dak, I will keep. Sean, I'll keep. Sam Howell, I'll keep. OBJ, I'll keep. I want to keep Wan'Dale Robinson. He might be a candidate to sell if I need value later on. And then Noah Fant, Russell Wilson, I will also hold in the meantime.
Russ is on bye.
Dude,
He
he's
can't
so
get worse.
low. Russ has
Yeah.
got to be at his bottom.
I mean, if I see someone I really want to buy, I might sell him and Wandale to go get those guys. But I'm just gonna hold here for now.
Okay. That's fair.
All right. I'm going to sell Keenan Allen. Am I lagging a ton?
No, you're
No.
good.
You're fine for me.
All right. I'm going to sell Khalil Herbert guaranteed. I just think that over 4K is a little bit expensive for Herbert. I'll sell Renfro because he sucks and will never go up. I'll sell Marquez Callaway. I will sell Noah Fant. What do you guys think about Rondale Moore?
So
I was planning on
Is that a
buying him
big
this
hit
week.
last week?
No, I'm buying him this week.
You're buying him this week. Interesting.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
He's such a weird player. He's like the only receiver that gets a lot of targets, but because all the targets are just so short, it's like
also
matter?
D-Hop.
I don't
Also
care.
D-Hop,
it's
but
only,
yeah.
it's only
D-Hop's
him and freaking Curtis Samuel that do this in the NFL.
He's been Wan'Dale Robinson soon, but he's been better with D-Hop back. I think D-Hop being back kind of helps and frees things up because a lot of the defense's attention is fixated on him. I'm getting Rondale Moore. I like the matchup against Seattle. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, divisional game. So I'm getting in.
I do think that is going to be a high-scoring game. I was thinking about taking the over in that one.
Yeah.
What about Tyquan Thornton?
Nah. I like him. I like him
Is the Patriots'
overall.
offense just too shit for him to go up?
Yeah.
I think it's possible. I do think he'll have like a breakout week. I just don't know when it's going to be.
It's not going to be against the Colts.
And the
Dude, I
Patriots'
just feel like
offense isn't
whenever I
great.
watch him, he gets open. Like to me, like I watch the Patriots games.
He's good.
I don't
I like him.
fully watch him, but when I watch Tyquan Thornton play, when I saw him at fucking Baylor, and I was like, "Who's this guy?" And the same thing on the Patriots. It's like the dude gets open, but has the worst throws to him somehow. I don't know what it is. He's got a spell over him or something.
Yeah.
He's like the hardest player for me to value because I feel in my heart that in all of my leagues, I should be spending my seconds on him. But in my brain, I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Don't throw your seconds away. So I'll keep him for now.
What are the-
Fuck it.
Would you do a trade if it's like a second for a third in Thornton?
Probably, yeah. Especially if I'm a
I think
contender. I'm
that'd be a
doing
good
that.
trade. Yeah. Okay.
And wait. Okay, you are keeping Garrett Wilson, Lunas. I was going to say, I'm also going to keep Garrett Wilson.
No,
All
I'm
right, we can
keeping
get into our buys.
Okay. I can list some of mine. I have them written out. Isaiah Likely.
Ooh.
That's a good buy.
Lamar's got to throw to someone.
He's low key been doing pretty well too. He's one of those
Yeah, he
players
had a really
that's
good game.
actually
He had a really good
carried
game
out.
against-
Yeah, he's carried out that hype from preseason he had. Like we're actually starting to see it now.
Yeah. He had a good game against Tampa Bay. I think he's still only at like 3,000.
Damn, he's at 3K.
Yeah, dude.
So you got to pay a mid-second for Likely then in Dynasty.
I mean, you could go ahead and buy him.
He
this
went up
week.
700 this week.
You could buy him this week, but he's playing the Saints.
I don't care. The Saints don't scare me.
The Saints
Yeah,
have
but they're
not.
nasty
The Saints
against
have
tight
not
ends.
allowed a single tight end 12 performance this season
Well, they're gonna have 2 this weekend.
through 8 weeks.
Regression to the mean.
You just have to score like 8 points to be a tight end 12.
It's gonna happen this weekend. They haven't played Lamar. I'm gonna go Rondale Moore.
What's going on, Lappy? How you doing, dude?
What's up, Laps?
Happy.
Lappy, I saw your text. I got you after this stream with your bet. Yeah, he was like, yo, did you hit me up with the bet from yesterday? I'm like, yeah. I just read it on my phone as this was starting. Okay, who else? Did you put in Rondale Moore and Antonio Gibson from earlier?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
Wait, why are
I'm
you
gonna-
buying Gibson just off of the Brian Robinson lack of touches?
I think Gibson's just looked good over the past couple weeks, and he's still like RB 36 and 24 years old.
Would you buy him in Dynasty?
Depends on the price. I feel like he's going to be hard to get from owners, but I think if there was like a startup draft, you can get him really good value. Who'd be someone I'd be targeting in a startup draft? I just feel like people who have him are kind of reluctant to sell at the lower price that you see him at on Keep Trade Cut.
What draft pick would you put him at? Like if like your buy price, right? Like I imagine it's somewhere in like the mid to early second, because that's what I guess like where I'm coming at is from our orphan team, right? I'm trying to look at players that with a guaranteed top 3 second round pick who are good players to buy.
Yeah.
And Gibson kind of fits the bill of one of those. It's not sexy, but if you wanted to make the switch from being a shit team to a contender, that's the type of buy that can really help you. If you're able to pick up a solid RB2 for just a second round pick, unless you just draft one, right?
Yeah, especially we've seen some of these like younger RBs have really rough years then bounce back. We've seen how much. Let's look at like Josh Jacobs from a year ago. How much his value's gone up to it is now. Miles Sanders, how much his value has gone up to what it is now. I think Gibson's like I still think he's talented if he can just stay healthy. He's been playing well recently. And actually, speaking of the Commanders, another guy, I'm going to get McLaurin.
No concern with potentially Dotson coming back, taking away some of those targets. He's been getting a lot of targets, more than the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think Heineke likes McLaurin like a shit ton, like more than Wentz did. I don't know what it's like. Heineke, McLaurin.
He says he talked it up in the interview that he had after the game last week. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to throw the guy that we just paid like $70 million the ball. I'll give you that."
Yeah, no, he just always looks for McLaurin. So I think he's going to have a good rest of the season. Another sneaky one. I like Michael Carter.
Really?
I think the Jets. It's pretty obvious they didn't run the ball enough against the Patriots. I think you're going to see them come out, try to have a run-heavy offense. I was between him and James Robinson. I just ended up picking Michael Carter. But I think you're going to see a run-heavy Jets offense this upcoming week, especially with how last week went.
Dude, you're going to pick him up at 28 hundo? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a little expensive for me.
No, he'll have a good game. Unless they're playing someone insane, or they're playing they're playing Buffalo. Okay. They're playing Buffalo, aren't they? Fuck, I wish it was any other team. Never mind, take off Carter. Oh, fucking Buffalo's run defense. They just, if they were playing any, because I was literally, the words coming out of my mouth was about to say, unless they're playing someone insane, like what are they playing? Buffalo? And as I was saying that sentence out, I was like, fuck. They're playing Buffalo. I would have literally kept them.
I shouldn't have said anything. What am I doing? I should have fucking said
I know. We need Lewis to screw up here.
I don't know. I think buy Michael Carter.
Any other team, I would have done it. What is it? Who did we say the Cowboys were playing this weekend? Oh no, that they were on bye.
Yeah, they're on
okay,
bye.
so
what if Michael
Pollard.
Carter goes off for like 2 touchdowns though?
I'm gonna be so mad at myself for pussying out. Give me. Am I gonna have enough to afford him? How much do I have? 9,600.
9,600.
Yeah.
Who are you buying? Fucking Josh Allen? Like,
No. I have more than enough. I didn't realize I was in the 9,000s. Give me T. Higgins.
Oh, I was gonna buy T.
I think he's gonna go crazy in this stretch without Jamar Chase. Especially against Carolina's defense is not good. Pass defense.
shit, I forgot they don't have Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't he going to do a Metcalf? I saw he was going to do a Metcalf. Some reports. So it's like, oh yeah, he's supposed to be out for 4 weeks, and all of a sudden he's going to play this weekend.
He's not playing this weekend.
Not this weekend. Next weekend they say
So
he might.
he might. Yeah.
Nah,
Because
I don't
originally
know
they said
about
four.
that.
He's not playing this weekend. He's not playing this weekend.
Yeah,
But next week-
DK wasn't either.
I think he can go down last week. Okay, 4,000. Some of you guys can make buys. I'm gonna decide what I want to do with my last 4,000.
All right. Well, I'm also gonna grab T. Higgins, so you can throw that one in while we're here.
Okay.
All right, just why don't you go off, dude? Go out there, Jake.
Okay, this week, what do I do to recover from the disaster that was last week?
I mean, you don't have to. You can keep going down.
Fuck
There's
you,
no
JT. I'm gonna buy Justin Fields, and maybe I'm
like
buying
that.
into the bait, but I'm gonna do it.
I like it.
I just feel like it's I think he's QB 12 on Keep Trade Cut now
He
again.
is QB 12. Yep.
I don't know. It's not terrible. It's basically where he was at the beginning of the season.
He's been putting up the past I think 4 weeks or 5 weeks. He's been like a top 5 fantasy quarterback.
They just went out. They got him a weapon. They got him Chase Claypool, a big-bodied wide receiver. I think it's going to help him a lot. This allows Mooney to play more of the secondary wide receiver. Gives him really and Komet over the middle. So now he has all the weapons, and now it's up to him to actually show why he was, the 11th pick. That leaves me with 11,000. And with that, I don't know. I don't
it's
know,
tough.
man. There's not a lot of guys I'm loving right now.
Yeah.
I've got some guys I can buy if you
A lot of
need
a lot of bad football being played.
to sub in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking. You can tap in here.
All right,
Yeah.
I am going to. Man, I don't have enough cash for all these buys, but whatever. I'm gonna buy my guy Christian Kirk. Mainly because I think that the Jaguars have a good matchup this week. I'm also going to buy Trevor Lawrence.
Who are
They're
they
playing
playing?
the Raiders.
Oh, they suck.
Yeah, the Raiders' defense isn't exactly elite, and I don't know if I can afford this guy. I don't believe I can. I want to see what Romeo Dobbs' price is.
I was thinking about Dobbs.
I can afford Romeo Dobbs. I'm going to buy Romeo Dobbs. You finally saw him get in the end zone last week. You heard one of the commentators, I forget who it was, for their game last week, saying that they need to get his confidence up. That's kind of like the word around the Packers buildings. They're really trying to build him up. Finally makes a big play that we had been hearing about in camp. Maybe this is the turnaround for Romeo Dobbs that he needed to finally make one of those big catches and
You know what?
gaining the trust of the staff back and everything.
Fuck. Okay, so I'm between two players of who to get. I'm close to tailing you, Frank, Romeo Dobbs, or selling Van Jefferson. And is this the week to get on Deshaun Watson before he goes up too much? He's already at QB9.
I think the problem is that Watson's one of those dudes that I think is guaranteed to go up another 100 points and then maybe 150, and then after that it's up to his play.
What I'm scared is he hasn't played football in 2 years. If his first game he comes out and he kind of looks like ass, he's going to skyfall a little bit. Because I think even if he's gonna come back and play at a high level, I think it's completely fair to assume that his first game in 2 years might not be his best. So I think I'm actually gonna stay away from Watson. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna tell you, Frank. Someone throw me Dobbs.
They're also playing a shit second. They're playing the Lions this week, aren't they?
Oh, Yeah, but no. So he comes back against Houston, but I'm pretty sure the schedule down the stretch is like brutal for Deshaun Watson. I mean, he plays the Ravens.
I was talking about the Packers. The Packers.
Oh, the Packers.
Lions. Now the
Oh.
problem is that I hope they don't put just Okuda on him and say like, "Yo, take him out."
Okuda's been nice. No, the Packers schedule is brutal. They have to play like I think they have to play at Philly and at Dallas. Oh well, they're home against Dallas, but still they play Dallas next week. They play Tennessee, then at Philly, then at Miami week 17. They play the Rams and the Bears. Neither of those teams really scare me. The Vikings, yeah. But...
All right, I'm good there.
I'll
So
keep
if you
Dobbs.
need to
I'll keep
sub back
Dobbs
in,
against the Lions.
Or
Dobbs
GT,
and-
you can start kicking it off.
I'll start kicking it
One
off.
guy that
mind.
before you go, I'm gonna also grab Jarvis Landry.
Interesting.
He's just returned to practice. I think it was today or yesterday, and Michael Thomas looks like he's done for the year. So at 1,100, I think that's a very cheap bargain. And I'm also gonna buy Tyler Boyd because I'm gonna go all in on this Chase injury, and just say that they're gonna I mean,
I was
Tyler
thinking about
Boyd
Boyd.
is now.
I
He
mean,
already went
Burrow
out.
looks back to last year, Burrow, right? It looks like the same thing's happening again, where the second half of the season, the Bengals' offense might just start popping off, right?
Of course. So I'm gonna grab Boyd, and especially with Chase out.
Fuck,
So
now I want to pick up Boyd. Dude, 3,100 is like, I mean, it's a fair price, but damn, that's one of those. It reminds me of a Brandon Cooks price, where it's if you
Well, I mean,
have
you gotta-
Tyler
you gotta
Boyd,
look,
you're
he went-
never.
he went up about like 350 this week after going off. So I think if he was at 2,800, so that's a very reasonable price for Tyler Boyd if you think of it that way.
Oh yeah, that's why I was saying the Brandon Cooks. It's like because he's not the flashy player, he's just never going to command that high wide receiver price, and rightfully so. Who wants to pay a high wide receiver price for Boyd? But if Chase or Higgins go down, and even without them, he's been relatively productive this year. So, all right, JT, you're up, boss.
I got a surprising one for you, lads. I'm gonna buy the true current RB1, Jonathan Taylor. Dude
I
went
don't hate
down
that at all.
691
Okay, so here's my only thing with buying Taylor this week. I don't know if he's gonna play. I don't think he's playing this weekend.
I don't care.
Dude,
He's so
6,300
cheap
is
for
really cheap.
RB1.
For
No, it is really
Yeah.
cheap. I was just thinking because I was debating Taylor and I thought I might be able to wait a week on him.
Okay, if you have Jonathan Taylor, are you really going out there and would you accept a 1-for-1 for Kenneth Walker?
Fuck no.
no. Next guy I'm buying, Cordell Patterson. I think he should come off IR. I hope he will.
I think he already did. didn't
Okay,
he?
cool. He's
No,
already
he
off
got
IR.
designated they opened his practice window, which means they have to either activate him
okay.
in like 21 days or he's out for the year.
21 days.
He's coming back. And
Yeah.
hopefully,
Fucking rule ever. Like,
Yeah. hopefully it's this week too, because he's playing the. Why am I blanking on who the Falcons are playing? The Chargers? I believe it's the
I think
Chargers.
so.
yeah, I think
Chargers
they're
run
playing the
defense
Chargers this
stink.
week.
So I'm buying Cordell Patterson. That leaves me with 38-35. So now I debate. I'm gonna hold on to Noah Fant because they're playing the Cardinals. And I think they're pretty bad against tight ends. It's just a case of Taylor Heineke's been pretty good, but it's just a case of like he's one injury away from Sam Howell just hitting the moon. So I guess I'll still hold Sam Howell. Same thing with Van Jefferson. He's got to come back at some point. It's either Russ or it's Wandale. Both are on bye. I just think Russ is the higher name, so I'll keep Russ, and I will sell Wandale. So I could buy
Why
my
is that-
original wide receiver 1.
Yeah, you got 2 Russell Wilsons now.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete it.
he's still alive.
Okay.
My original wide receiver 1, Treylon Burks, who's just down all the way at 4K. It's pretty low.
He's held his value at that 4,100 price though throughout this injury.
Yeah.
I'm now wondering With Russ
I'm
on
surprised
bye,
more of you guys don't have Garrett Wilson.
with
to be
Russ
honest
on
with
bye, I'm gonna buy Drake London. I'm gonna sell Russ, buy Drake London.
Frank, you see the people in first and second place of Garrett Wilson.
I just think that his price is just
It's still too low.
500 lower than it actually
It's
is.
still too low.
Like,
Yeah.
if you were to trade for him in Dynasty, you got to add another 500 at least, and that's the price you're going to buy him at.
You're making a good point. I just don't
Like,
know.
Drake London, I can at least understand. Someone might be like, dude, Arthur Smith won't throw the ball, so I'll sell him at 5,100. I don't think anyone is selling Garrett Wilson unless it's like around a 2 first offer, or they're getting a receiver that they just maybe like more than Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson's still behind Damian Pierce. He's wide receiver 15.
Damian Pierce?
He's only 150 ahead of
My
Ramondre Stevenson.
Goodness, dude. I wish I drafted Damian Pierce. Fuck, he's so overpriced.
All right,
No,
I'm
for me,
talking about
I mean,
Jarvis
I've said
Landry
it.
too.
For me, Garrett Wilson is a top 12, top 10 dynasty receiver.
I wish I drafted Damian Pierce and I overpaid the fuck for him just to trade him for Garrett Wilson. The satisfaction in that trade would be so crazy.
Yeah.
I hopped on Jarvis Landry train with Jake as well.
That's a really good buy. I wish I had just like another 800 points.
I'm gonna pass on Jarvis Landry.
So that looks to be my team. I don't think I'm going to make any other moves. Anyone else have any moves in mind? Jake, you still have 7,300, 200.
Yeah, Jake still has a lot left.
What I was thinking about buying this week? Justin Herbert. Jake, you're muted, by the way.
My bad. I am also hopping on the Garrett Wilson train. If that's what I said.
Let's go.
There we go, Jake. Welcome to the club. Glad to have you.
JT, you idiot.
Again,
I
you
think
guys,
we should embargo Garrett Wilson.
Lunas-
He's like such an obvious buy.
Yeah, we should.
Lunas,
What's up, JT?
you just did this whole speech about buying Michael Carter, and then you're like, oh, who's he playing?
Buffalo.
And now you guys have Garrett Wilson going into Buffalo.
They're gonna be playing from
Fine.
behind. They're gonna be playing when he has like 120 yards and 2 touchdowns and 8 catches in the fourth quarter to make the score 49-17.
Good luck
We'll see who's
thinking
laughing.
Zach Wilson's going to be able to pass in between the
It'll be Mike
Big
White
time.
in at that point in the game.
Yeah, fine.
I am still astounded by the amount of people that just have this devotion for Mike White, and they just
He's him.
completely forget that, like, the game after he beat the Bengals, this dude threw like 8 picks in 2 quarters.
But it
But
was
because
11.
of that one, he had like 2 quarters against the Bengals where he just went nuclear. And it's like fucking Matt Flynn if Matt Flynn didn't have a starting year. Like, everyone loves fucking Mike White for the most random reason.
He's
I
electric.
don't know why.
He's electric. For you. Mike White, the chosen one.
Speaking of the chosen one, my last move of the day, PJ Walker.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Dude, imagine coming into the year.
He's
and
gonna
saying
win that
PJ
division.
Walker is going to be a higher price than Baker Mayfield. He's going to be like twice the price that Baker Mayfield
I'm
was.
so mad about that Panthers Falcons game. That was such a bullshit penalty, and I want PJ Walker to win this division. I want him to beat out Brady for the NFC South. And the fucking,
Am I a crackhead for saying that
that game
Baker
was
Mayfield's
huge.
time as a starter is not done?
Yes.
No.
As a full-time, I mean, maybe bridge quarterback, but even then, I could find other good bridge quarterbacks. Your hope is he's like a bridge, like he starts like what Trubisky did this season. That's your hope.
Put
as
him
a
in
starter.
Pittsburgh and just let him chuck the ball deep.
No, I think you've seen bad quarterbacks.
Dude, have
this
you
season.
seen fucking? Listen, I'll give Pickett time, but I am not like I hate this fucking team. I hate
Who
this
has
offense.
Pickett started against? Have you seen the defenses he's played?
Dude, have you seen our team? Our offense is good.
Bro,
like if you look at our
his
like,
first,
outside of the fact that Najee Harris refuses to go forward when he touches the football, our offense is actually low key kind of nice.
His first 3 starts have been at Buffalo, against Tampa Bay, and at Philadelphia. No shit, he's gonna look bad. That's a brutal opening
true.
schedule.
Yeah, true. That is a brutal opening schedule.
Like that's.
But I don't know, dude. Like,
see how he does. Like, if he's struggling against like average to bad defenses, then I'd be. But these are tough games, like on the road.
dude, my argument though is that if we had Trubisky still starting, is it really worse?
No.
No, it's not worse.
I think the offense is actually better under Trubisky.
The floor is higher, but you have
know.
to let
Yeah, the thing is that for the future, like, you need to see what you have in Pickett, because if we do end up with like a top 3 pick,
these reps are going to help.
You want to see as much as you've seen from Pickett as possible to make the most informed decision. Because I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, do we take quarterback or something else?" Bro, if we have a top 3 pick and we're not taking a quarterback, we better be fucking trading back, because fuck you. We need so much shit. We need an entire offensive line. If we take one guy, I'm going to be pissed if it's not a quarterback. Like, we can get a haul for trading back.
There'll be a stretch really soon where you get to really judge Pickett. There's a stretch where he plays the Colts, the Falcons, the Ravens secondary, the Panthers, and the Raiders. That stretch will tell you.
Let me ask you this.
Did Jake disappear for you guys?
Yeah, he disappeared from me. Is Pickett the starting quarterback for Pittsburgh next year, yay or nay?
Yeah.
Yeah, to start the year, sure. I just don't think they're gonna. Yeah,
I think next season.
Week 1 next year, barring
Pickett?
him being injured, right?
It's gonna be Pickett.
Give you that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Pickett. Yeah, barring injury. Yeah.
I'm gonna lean yay as well, but
I
wanted someone to rile me up.
The one like Lunas conspiracy. The one like Lunas conspiracy theory thing. I guess if like Aaron Rodgers is just like, I want to play for Mike Tomlin and request a trade. Aaron Rodgers loves Mike Tomlin, so
I think Aaron Rodgers is gone next year.
I wouldn't be surprised. He just said, like, I don't know. I don't think he wants to be there. And if he can go to Pittsburgh, you have Deontay. Oh my God, if Aaron Rodgers is Deontay Johnson's
I think
quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers goes to the Giants.
Deontay Johnson is going to become like he's going to have a Cooper Kupp type season with Aaron Rodgers.
I think if Gettleman wasn't the GM, he'd already be on the Giants. But now that the Giants have 2 nasty tackles, I mean, it really depends on what the package
Still no
is to
receivers.
trade for him.
Still
well, that's what I was gonna say, right? Like, if you're able to get some receivers to convince, because you have the offensive line now.
Yeah, but how are you going to
tag Saquon? You have a good defense.
How are you going to get the receivers if you're trading picks for Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, that's the question, right? It's like, but listen to me here, right? What if you trade 2 firsts for Rodgers, right? Similar to like a Stafford deal. Everyone knows that Rodgers is going to be traded. Part of the deal is that Rodgers gets to pick where he wants to go. So you're not going to be able to get like the 9 firsts that you would in like a Deshaun Watson deal, right?
Mm-hmm. Then you trade seconds for like Brandon Cooks and like
so you trade like 2 firsts, a 3 and a 4 for Rodgers, and then with those second round picks, the one that you have, you pick a receiver, you trade another one for another receiver.
Maybe it makes sense.
So you pick up Cooks and someone in the draft this year.
Sure. I mean, that makes sense. We'll have
Wandale, plus maybe like a low-key free agent.
I think him in Pittsburgh would be cool.
I would love him in Pittsburgh. The problem is, if I'm Rodgers, why would I go to? I want to go to a team that has an offensive line.
You have weapons. The Pittsburgh offensive line isn't terrible.
It's not terrible, but to me, the Giants with those 2 damn tackles have the foundation to have an elite level offensive line, like what we're seeing in Philly, right? You've done the hard work, you've got the tackles. Just give me a freaking a Landon Dickerson in the late first, and now you've got easily one of the best offensive lines in the league.
I feel you. I get it.
Which was ridiculous. He went there to begin with. Fucking Steelers should have had him. We drafted Najee. Fuck.
Oh, now he finally turns on Najee.
I was pissed. You can look at the clip of me on draft night. I was pissed we didn't draft Landon.
Yeah. No, my God, yo. Oh my God. And Dickerson's been amazing. He can play guard.
Yeah, he's been insane. Who saw that coming?
He's been like a high level guard. Like people are like, "Oh, why are you
Yeah,
playing?"
they could easily play center once Jason Kelsey retires. Right? Like,
yeah.
fuck you.
That's literally
It's like
the
such
plan.
an easy pick. It's such an
Yeah.
easy pick.
Because everyone's like,
That's
"Oh,
what
well,
pisses me off about Howie Roseman a little bit is everyone's jerking him off so much. Like the guy's just done so many no-brainer moves. Like, oh yeah, I traded a 5 and I got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and a 6. No shit, you do that, right? Like no shit.
I traded pick 20 for AJ Brown."
Yeah, like oh, I traded a random ass first for AJ Brown, a top 5 receiver in the league. Like yeah, every freaking 5th grade Madden player would be doing these moves. It's fucking dumb. Like,
yeah, and I mean,
that's
no,
dude, that's the blessing you have of having a QB on a rookie deal, right? Like,
oh yeah,
you're able to do the moves that
even
others
guys
can't.
like the Bradbury signing, the Son Reddick signing. Yeah, it's just because.
Okay, last question, because this is a hot take I was thinking about.
Okay.
When Jalen Hurts comes for contract extension time, what happens?
They better pay him this summer. They better.
You're really gonna give Jalen Hurts like a $45 million per deal?
He should be. The floor should be Kyler Murray's contract. The floor should be Kyler Murray's contract. Because even
what if you just don't pay him?
Oh, I think the price is gonna go higher. I think it's similar with the mistake the Ravens made with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, but the thing is, what if you just go, okay, we'll tag his ass for like 2 or 3 years straight, and then pick up a new quarterback?
No, I'd rather just keep hurting. Like if you find something that works.
Is that a hot take?
I don't think it's a hot take because it's Howie Roseman, and Howie Roseman you never fucking know. But if he's still playing well, then why not? And I don't want to hear like. Obviously, we still have yet to see what he does this postseason because I think what he does this postseason is going to be very important about that contract. Where it's like, is it going to be closer to Kyler, or is it going to be closer to like some of those upper tier ones? But even if he doesn't, like Kyler had one postseason game and he was fucking awful in it, and he got a huge extension. Jalen Hurts, the one thing against Jalen Hurts is people always point to that Tampa Bay game, which is like Kyler had a similar-esque game against the Rams.
My problem is I watch the Eagles offense and I see the biggest throwing lanes in the league, and I see just
it's very
a team that is just dominant, right? They're just better than the other teams. I honestly believe, and I'm pulling a Lunas argument here, I'm sorry, but if you were to put Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, or Trey Lance, any of the 4 of them in there healthy, they have similar numbers and success to what Jalen Hurts is doing right now.
It's tough. Jalen Hurts is making a lot of like 3-level reads on every single play with like read option to like the RPOs and everything. I think
the zone reads on 3rd and short. I'll give you that is a huge advantage that
because not every quarterback knows how to read that.
Sirianni's taken advantage of.
Yeah,
but you cannot convince me that freaking Justin Fields and Trey Lance wouldn't be doing the same shit.
I don't think the same.
I think the only problem is that Jalen Hurts is a much better leader in person. I
mean, there is
Justin Fields
the intangibles part. The thing I will say is this: if you want to point to this season he's been playing like a top 3 quarterback. He's top 3 in the MVP race. Is he going to get a top 3 contract? I think that's kind of being taken into account a little bit. Like I don't think he's going to get the same deal Josh Allen is, or even I don't even think he's going to get as high a number as like Burrow or Herbert. I think it's going to kind of be in between Kyler and those guys. But what was the next point I was going to say? Oh, he still did though last year. Obviously, he's on a whole different level this year. But last year, with like his top 2 receivers were rookie Devontae Smith and Jalen Reagor, led them to the postseason.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that. That's the thing that always comes back with Jalen Hurts is that he's such a good fucking guy. Fuck him. It's just like
I see a lot of Dallas fans say that because he's a Texas kid. Like a lot of like Dallas fans will have respect for him, but they hate that he's on the Eagles.
I just hate that Jalen Hurts is like such a perfect fucking dude. You know, like stop being such a good dude. Let me hate on you.
Yeah, say something controversial.
Yeah, like,
more like Aaron Rodgers.
Do something scummy, like step on a homeless person or something. Give me a reason to hate you, please. Like that was my problem when I did the film analysis on him. It's like shit. I actually like Jalen Hurts. I was coming in here thinking that I was going to be like, "Fuck you, you suck." And I'm like, "Damn it!" Like he's actually really good.
And now he's actually playing well, which makes it like crazy.
I think people have been watching that video recently, which is funny because I'm pretty sure I gassed him a lot more than I actually thought at the time.
And now you look like a genius though, because that was his rookie tape. That wasn't even last
Mhm.
season. That was like the
It was
rookie
just
year.
like I don't know why.
Like,
I was
see
just
it.
like, this guy's amazing. Like at the end of the video, I was just like, this guy's insane. Like, did not think that.
Well, now you look really smart for it.
I'm a Jalen Hurts truther. Last season, there's no way in hell I thought he would look how he did this year. And I'm
Well, I
like
don't
one
know
of the
what
people
thing
that's
that was
highest on him.
interesting that I agreed. Sorry that I'm just dragging this on. But
No, you're okay.
when I watched that film, one of the things that struck me the most, I really liked Jalen Hurts' deep ball. That was like my biggest takeaway. Is like I thought this guy could not consistently throw past the sticks. Maybe if he could, it was like just those easy, like, oh, we're Oklahoma, we're just going to spam crossers all game with our 5-star wide receivers. But his just hole shots and go balls were beautiful. And I was like, damn, like, what the hell? This guy's throwing dimes out there.
He's an
And then-
underrated deep ball.
After his last year was his second year, right?
Yeah.
I'm not getting that wrong.
Yeah.
After
year was
last
his second.
season, everyone was saying
He can't
that
throw
his
deep.
deep ball sucked.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, wait a minute. Now is this confusing me? Because I watched one thing that I
You thought
just
that was
thought-
one of his strengths. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
one
and
of his
now
strengths in college.
I think Sims said it. I think I saw a lot of people in the Eagles subreddit say it. I'm like, dude, I don't know. But I should have invested more in it. I didn't believe in it though. Like,
His
because he was
receivers-
going in second rounds in the startup this year. I was like, dude, I'm not taking his ass in the second round.
He was yeah, I remember that. And he was going kind of like early, like 203 or something. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you gotta put it in perspective. His receivers were even though Devontae Smith is very good, he was a rookie then. And
Dude, it's
Jalen
their
Rager.
offensive line, man. Their offensive line is so
Filthy.
OP.
Filthy. Okay. We should wrap up this stock episode.
Yeah.
Now we're just talking normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just having a new dynasty pod. I'm sorry.
Speaking of Jalen Hurts, he's about to play any minute now. If the game
Yeah,
is
true.
over, so-
All right, so yep, everyone enjoy the Thursday night game. If you made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Love you guys. We'll be back next Tuesday with the Dynasty Pod. So good luck in your fantasy matchups this week. We'll see you next Tuesday.